background. Okay, so our guest today is an author. Does anyone know what an author is? Who could tell me what an author is? Anybody? Could you hear my question? Can anyone tell me what an author is? Or who an author is?
Who writes books?
Someone who writes. Yes, that's right, Adya. Thank you. That's a great answer. That is the right answer. So our guest today is an author, someone who has written books, physical books as well as e-books, as well as made audiobooks. Now, this person is into the creative field of writing as well as the technical side of writing, and she will explain to us this technical side when she speaks with us. And our guest today is none other than Miss Nandini Desai, who is, if you know Sunidhi Kane's mother is Nandini. She also runs a very successful blog. It is called Nandini and is widely read. And that's the best part of her writing, that is her blog. And Ms. Desai has also won a few awards. She has an award for a one-act play. She has an award for her blog, as well as an award for her writing. So without further ado, I'd like to throw the floor open to Ms. Nandini Desai. And I would like her to share. Ms. Nandini Desai, welcome to this forum. I would like you to give us a little background about yourself and what got you into this field of writing. All yours, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It's been a great pleasure to be here as a speaker. I have been always on the other side as a listener or as a parent, and most of the time complaining about either my daughter or other things. But today it feels good to be a part of a panel discussion or a interactive session where I'm just going to talk about one of my, for me, it's a very passionate thing, writing or reading. Now you said that how I started writing. So basically when I was this learner age, when I was either in 2, 6 or 7 standards, during that phase, we used to have those questions, essay, story writing, or all the writing questions. So I used to get good marks in that. Always I used to get very good marks, and my teachers used to say, see how she has written, because in my era, during my era, there were those books, Nibandhamala. So people used to mug up those essays and then write them in their answer sheet. And I was the one who never followed that. I used to write on my own, and sometimes it was good, sometimes it was very quirky, very funny, and my teachers can tell you the anecdotes where I have written something which a kid should not write or something like that. But I used to do that. So once my teacher said that, इतकं चांगलं लिहितेस तर तुला रायटर व्हायला पाहिजे. And that time I was like, अरे मुझे इंजीनियर बनने बोलो, डॉक्टर बनने बोलो, राइटर क्या होता है? Because we think that writers is not a very good profession. It comes with fame and publicity, but money wise it's not that good. So after my 10th 12th standard, I went into computers. So I did my graduation in computers. After doing my graduation, when the time came where you want to go for the post graduation, and the options were like Mumbai जाना है, Pune जाना है, या कहीं और जाना है, या job करना है after your graduation, post graduation. That time I told my parents that I want to go into mass communication. So they were very surprised. I started writing into local newspapers when I was in college, but they never thought that I will become a journalist or something. But then I went for my mass communication. I did my mass comm. Then I was into advertising and PR. See, all these fields are related to writing, creative writing. So after doing that, I took a sabbatical when Sunidhi was born, and after Sunidhi was born, I never went into a 9 to 5 job. I started working from home, and luckily, fortunately, the opportunities were very good. I could earn the same amount of money which I would have earned in an office while working from home. So for me, this was one of the biggest opportunity for me. So when I started working as a writer, as a technical writer, as a content writer, this my all that education started when I was of our learner's age. It came to a very fruitful thing for me. So that's how the writing started. The creative writing started with the essays and everything. Technical writing started when the work came to me. However, I always feel that writing is something that every kid should explore. I want like every creative aspect of any learning, a kid should explore. So we are doing painting, dancing, singing. Similarly, there should be writing as well. uh, why writing? Because the kids here are tomorrow you are going to be an engineer, a doctor, a lawyer, or any other profession you are going. There comes a time, there comes a moment where you have to present your idea. You have to tell others what you are thinking, and writing gives you that concise and clear way of what you are thinking. See, basically, the basic definition of writing is always what you are trying to tell, what you are trying to say. It might be a story, it might be a theorem, it might be a building solution, it might be anything. But what you are thinking, what is going through your mind, you are trying to express it. And when you are trying to express that, there are going to be so many confusions, and so that clarity comes from the writing. So whenever I do have a kid of the same age, so whenever she is a very confused soul. So I tell her, you write it down, whatever you are trying to say, write it down. Give me a list. I want this, I want that, I want this, and I want that. No, give me a list. You give me a reason why you want it. Write an application to me, and then I'll think about it. So this is how I'm trying to incorporate what I have learned to my kid. So similarly, story writing is there, letter writing is there. Nowadays I see so many people writing me an email without any understanding of how to write an email, how to write a letter. The subject is missing, the salutation is missing, that is all okay, but the first line is that I called you and you were not available, so I am writing an email, and my this project has got delayed. So there is no full stop, there is no comma, there is no sentence structure. And I'm like, you are supposed to be a graduate person. So at least, and all these things we were taught in school. It's not like that we were never taught in school. In school we had letter writing, we had story writing, we had paragraph writing. But still, we when we grow up, we cannot apply that knowledge. So when we apply that knowledge, when we are a professional, it helps you as a person and as a professional being.
Wonderful. Ma'am, you were also speaking about when we spoke earlier, you talked about the technical side,
Yes.
technical localization,
Yes.
the software localization.
Yes.
Could you give us a little background on that as well?
Yeah. See, I'm working in a field which is a very specialized field. It's called software localization. Uh, every one of you might be using so many applications, so many apps, websites, forums, and everything, including social media apps like Facebook, YouTube, Google Meet, or everything. So everyone is not proficient in English. So the softwares comes into various languages. You can change the settings and use language like Marathi, Hindi, Tamil, Kannada, whatever language you can choose. So when you choose that Marathi language, your entire application turns into Marathi. How does that happen? Because there is a team which actually have done the translation, checked it, rechecked it, and applied it on the software. So I am a part of. Sorry. So I am a part of the review team, which reviews the entire translation, whatever going live on the website or the application. So as I said, this opportunity came to me at a time where work from home was not such a huge trend. This started this year, but I have been working from home since last 6-7 years, and see, writing has given me this job. Whenever people say that की लेखक होऊन करणार काय आहे, त्याला काय मिळणार आहे, but this opportunity came to me. I didn't apply for it, I didn't go for it, I didn't ask for it. The team contacted me and said that this is what we are trying to do, would you like to join us? And there were several tests. So I passed those tests, written test, one interview, one handwritten test, everything. So then so this is how the writing has helped me. The technical writing part of for any learner or any student has to be very important, because this is how you are going to earn your marks. When you are in your 10th standard, 12th standard, where the questions are for like 20 marks, 25 marks each, and then you can remember the points, you can remember the sub points, but you can't remember the entire answer for 5-6 pages. You have to explain it. So there comes your vocabulary, there comes your grammar, there comes your sentence structuring, there you apply all this language skills, because language is a tool for communication, and you are communicating in your paper to the some unknown person who is going to check and give you marks. So that is the one of the most important communication in your life. So that's where this entire whatever I have been saying to my kid or other kids also, please read books, go beyond textbooks. In fact, I tell my daughter not to refer textbooks at all. As far as possible, it's okay, it's given, now you go search it, read it in other books, see what you can find, write it accordingly, understand it accordingly, then you can write. So that's where the entire, why you should write in your school days, why you should start practicing writing, why you should practice technical writing as well as creative writing in your school days is because of that. The part where you become a writer or you become a published writer comes very far. As of now, you should start writing, because you should start expressing yourself. You will start reading. From whenever you are reading, you are understanding certain things. Your knowledge level is increasing a bit by bit, and when that happens, you get to know a point where you can understand what काय वाचायला आवडतं, काय लिहायला आवडतं, हे आपल्याला नंतर कळत जातं. पण त्याच्या आधी आपण मुळात चांगलं वाईट खरं खोटं सगळं वाचायला हवं. So that's where you start reading, that's where you start writing. Actually, I would like to give an example. Last year when our school was running, there was a very good program in the library section. The librarian ma'am used to issue a book, and when returning that book, every kid has to write a template. Book review kind of section was there, and I liked it very much, because there the kid has to read the book, not only read the book, understand about it, write it concisely and precisely. I remember when Sunidhi started writing about it, it was very vague, very scattered way of writing. But then slowly throughout the year she came to know that what I have to take out from this, what is the moral, what I liked in the book. So sometimes she used to like that I like the character, sometimes she said that I like the poem, something. But that's how the kids should be made aware of the reading. Initially principal ma'am mentioned our initiative art circles. The initiative was aimed at the same thing, is that people should read. Kids should read. We had three kids between the age of 8 to 10 and who read it marvelously in front of the camera. I want my kid or any other kid to be the competent reader, and not only reading. It should not happen a very solo reading. There should be a discussion, there should be some kind of interaction about that book, understanding of that book, expressing about it, and then taking it further when you are writing. When you read, your vocabulary is increasing, your grammar is getting polished without even understanding. See, when I come from a Marathi medium, so for me English grammar was something is very confusing kind of thing. What is this present past tense, why this is happening in the first place, what is direct and indirect speech, how it affects me, because I never used that in my practical life. I never spoke in English. Similar thing actually happened funnily when we were learning Sanskrit. Sanskrit is a very good language, but we were learning it for just because Sanskrit मध्ये सगळ्याच्या सगळे मार्क मिळू शकतात. So when we were learning Sanskrit, similar thing happened. And now when I'm reading a Sanskrit book or an English book, I came to know that I'm going through so many grammar parts of it, and without even realizing, even when I'm talking about it, even when I'm speaking. So similarly, but whatever happening is with Sunidhi is that due to she reads so much, she finds grammar very easy. Her vocabulary is very good. But that doesn't in English. When she similarly struggles in Hindi or Marathi, if the teachers can actually tell more about it. So I think that that so for Sunidhi, I have started extra Hindi reading sessions and Marathi reading sessions from my own side. But that is for she should get more and more knowledge about the language, not for the marks, not for the but should communicate in that language fluently, the way she is communicating in English. So I think every kid, every parent should make an effort of giving some 10 to 15 minutes of time daily, extra time for reading. Read aloud. There are very good apps for the reading. So that helps kids very good. So that reading, when they are reading, after they're proficient in reading, the parents should give some extra amount of time for writing. Daily, there should be 5 to 7 lines about whatever they are going through, diary or any kind of creative writing, story, whatever, essays. They should practice more and more. And then the point will come when the kids will say that I like writing or I don't like writing at all. If they say I like writing, they can push them further. And if they say I don't like writing, maybe their interest lies somewhere else. So that interest should be, but it is, I think it is a duty of every parent to give that amount of time for a kid so that they can use language effectively in their entire life.
Thank you for your insight, Ms. Desai. That's wonderful. And I'm sure our learners are listening and understanding what you're saying. And it all takes someone like you, who's been so inspired to write, who's been writing for such a long time, to tell them what they really need to do in order to write. Like you said, to read. I also have a feeling, I just wanted to ask you, because you are in that area, about audiobooks. Now, we have audiobooks these days, which we never had back in the day. Now, apart from reading, also listening is very important. So when they listen, a lot of things go and get settled in the subconscious mind. So how do you feel, is even listening to audiobooks, will that as well work for them to understand and to absorb vocabulary and words and grammar as well?
Definitely, definitely. When I say reading, it actually includes books and films, series, audiobooks, ebooks, every kind of multimedia content available. They should go through. If they are watching a film, films gives you audio visual communication, and it is very important for the kids to listen, to see, to understand, to feel. See, basically, when I'm telling you about being a writer is always about having that kind of sensitivity. You cannot write unless and until I feel whatever the pain, sufferings, happiness, joys, fears, wonders, whatever my character is going through, I feel it. That kind of creative extension of your mind, where I'm not feeling for myself. I'm not Nandini Desai when I'm writing. I'm writing someone else's story. It's not my story. So that sensitivity, that understanding, and that kind of feeling comes when you start listening to others. That empathy comes when you start listening. The basic rule of listening is that just listen. And I think audiobooks is a great medium to increase that kind of patience in the kids, because nowadays, even with my kid, I have seen that the restlessness is it's huge. They can't sit at one place. They can't watch a 3 hour film. Especially, I'm not talking about these pre-teenagers, but I've seen kids with 16 17 years, the teenagers specifically, where they want, they're like, 3 घंटे की film कौन देखेगा? We want 15 minutes YouTube review or something like that. While we are doing some social media work, we have been told that attention span is only 7 to 8 minutes, and I'm like, why it can't be increased? If the kids so attention span is decreasing, it becomes our a duty to increase it. So I think audiobooks is very important. It is good for the diction, accent, and pronunciation. And also watching films, watching series, there are various documentaries. The content is huge available on the internet. Once if you start searching it, it is mind boggling actually. So many things are there, and so good things are there actually for the kids. So I think everything is available. In our time, when I was a kid, nothing was available to us. I mean, the school library was closed. We used to never get an admission in our school library. We're not supposed to take the books at home. I don't know why that rule was there. But there were books in the cupboard. We used to just look at them, never read them. Now, even if the school library is not working, just like due to this pandemic, everything is available on the internet. So many stories, so many documentaries, so many things. And we learned everything from the textbook, how the climate is working, weather is working, everything is on the textbook. Now I can show the graphics to my kid. See, this is how the rain is falling, this is how the oceans are working in the gravity, जो भी है. But so everything is available, and only thing is that we have to take out that extra time, some patience, and give it to our kids. So I think audiobooks is wonderful. As I mentioned earlier, the read aloud apps, they also work as a audiobook, where someone reads a sentence and the kid has to repeat it, the same sentence, and then they have to
Correct.
understand. They can understand the word or difficult word, something like that. So I think it's a very good idea as a for the teachers, for the students, and for the parents, to give them something extra.
Thank you, Ms. Desai. Now, with that, I would like to throw open this forum to even our listeners, our participants. If you have any questions to ask, please go ahead and but do it in an orderly manner. So, anyone who'd like to ask a question to Ms. Desai, please go ahead.
Sir,
Yes.
what should we read for beginning
What would you
reading?
like to start with? Yes. What would you, Ms. Desai? I guess we would like to ask you that question.
Devesh, right? That question was from Devesh. Devesh, I think you can start
Yes.
reading by short story books, whichever are available in our school library. Then you can start with the writers like Roald Dahl or J.K. Rowling or any other writer. But basically, if you are not very much familiar with reading, I would suggest you to start reading short stories, very beginner stories. And then once you start when you start finishing that books quickly and immediately, then you can go to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Sunidhi's favorite, or sorry, I forgot the name, but there are so many books.
Okay,
Thank you,
thank
Devesh.
you.
And you can ask Sunidhi anytime for her books.
Thank you, Ms. Desai. That's really kind of you. Anyone else who would like to ask a question to Ms. Desai? This is your chance. Absolutely anything. Please go ahead and ask. All those who write, Maitri, you write. I know you write. Teachers, would you like to ask Ms. Desai a question on this topic about writing? I'm sure that some of you also love to write, but fall short of time. I know that. Rhea,
Sir,
Rhea, do you have a question? Yes.
Yes, sir. I
Rhea, we can't hear you. Your voice is breaking.
Ria, we can't hear you. Can you please type it in the chat box if possible?
Yeah, sure. Sure.
in the meanwhile, can I say something?
Yes, Ms.
Yes.
Nada.
Yeah, yeah, thank you. I really like this thing that you shared with us, that you asked Sunidhi to write down whatever she needs, whatever she demands, and the reason. And I'm going to use it for my daughter as well. It's really good. I really like that idea. Because my daughter is
See,
also, yeah. Yes, please.
no, please
No, you
continue.
please continue.
No, I have got like box full of ideas how to engage Sunidhi.
I know. Because Sunidhi, she needs that. I know how active she is and full of curiosity and like bursting with curiosity all the time.
Mama.
So, and that is all
Yes.
because of you. You have given her very good exposure. Really proud to be her teacher right now.
Thank
Very
you.
good.
Mama.
The question is from, I don't know.
Aditya Sawant.
What do you think that the movies are a part of the essential life? Or yes, movies are definitely part of essential life because they actually depict life. So movies, I'm not talking about our Bollywood movies only. Beyond Bollywood movies, there is this huge treasure of world cinema, kid cinema, Italian cinema, Iranian cinema, Japanese, Korean, whatever. So I think that's more where you should start watching films, not only Bollywood movies, but when you start watching all those movies, they depict life, they depict various scenarios of your life, and not only the real life, but a film like 2001 Space Odyssey, which takes you into the space completely, or film like Gravity, which came into 2013. So that takes you to that kind of creative exposure, and it gives you wonderful future. What will happen in the future. So if you watch 2000 Space Odyssey, it was released in 1968 and the film was about 2001. What will be the life in 2001? And if you watch that film, you can compare what happened in 2001 and what is happening in 2020. So I think movies is a very important tool for education as well. And that's how the kids should be exposed towards various content and various documentaries.
I think there are more questions in the chat box.
Sunidhi has a
Jared.
question for you.
Yeah, actually, technically, I am using
Yes, sir.
my husband's device. So she's asking, where did you get the idea for Rehan, your novel? My published novel is called Rehan.
Yes,
It is
that is
about,
Sunidhi.
yes, it is about the life of a fisherman, and she wants to read that novel. I'm not giving it to her because it's not age appropriate for her. So whenever she gets the copy of that book, she opens it. But that is life of a fisherman. My father was into shipbuilding, so I have been, met very fishermen and Kalashi people. So that's where the idea came. Ria has asked me a very good, Jeronimus Stilton books. Yes, definitely they are for your age and for your level of reading. And the way you are communicating in your online class, I think you can go further than that. Ria is a fabulous speaker. So they are very good actually.
Thank you, ma'am. Can you suggest me some books that I should read?
Have you started Harry Potter?
Actually, I had not read them because I think that they are so big and fat books. How will I ever read them? And
Oh, see, Sunidhi has completed all the 7 books. So you can definitely do that. No problem in that. And apart from that, you can, why I'm forgetting that name actually. Roald Dahl, you can start Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And there are other 2-3 books which Sunidhi is fond of. One starts with Matilda. Matilda is a good book for your age, and also start watching films based on those books. That is a very good exercise. So you can understand how the
Matilda is the
Sorry?
orphan child. Matilda is the orphan child,
yes,
right? She's
yes,
an orphan
with some
who is in- yes,
supernatural powers she has. It's a very good book. It's a very
Yes.
good book.
Matilda
She
is
has
not orphan,
parents.
but then they're at least bothered about her.
No, but some,
Ah,
yeah. They are
Very
very
interesting book.
quirky
Yeah,
parents.
yeah.
Anyway.
Very
Yes,
interesting. Lovely book.
Lovely book. And
Roald Dahl, all the series of books are fantastic and perfect for children to start with.
I like Matilda.
yes,
My daughter also likes that. She has read many books from Roald Dahl.
I read the giant book and then
no, but they are very good books. Ria, you can start with Roald Dahl. You can start with Matilda, and you can also start with J.K. Rowling, Harry Potter. And when you start, and you start, you actually the kids can start with comics also. Comics is a wonderful tool. I don't know how what new comics are coming these days, but when we were kids, there were an Indrajal, Mayajal kind of comics, and they were very good for the kids because they gave the that storyboard idea for the kids. So that was very good actually.
It also improves the conversational
Yes.
skills because it's in the dialogue
Yes,
form.
yes.
So, and
Ma'am,
also
we actually
children of your age can start with Ruskin Bond also. A lot of
Oh,
good
yes.
literature has been written by him as well.
ma'am, we actually have, ma'am. Rhea and I have at least 15 of Geronimo Stiltons and others. She has around 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea,
Yes.
Around the World in 80
Jules
Days.
Verne.
Verne.
Yes.
Yes,
Jules Verne.
we've read them. They're good
Definitely.
books. We have learned many new words with them.
That's
Yes,
what
definitely.
will really build on your vocabulary. Very good if you develop the habit of reading.
And it also, like Sunidhi has started using her dictionary, how to search for the word. I think that was one of the most important skill, because there are so many people who don't know how to use the dictionary.
Dictionary. Mrs. Nandini, I also have one question. I think we had discussed this earlier that how, as a parent, what all have you done so that Sunidhi falls into love of reading? So, one thing for our parents, would what you would like to suggest, like what should they do initially, even in the early years or when the child is in grade 1 and 2, to develop the love for reading?
I would like to give credit to her Chennai school, where she was in her pre-KG days. Before that, before even the KG pre-KG came into our life, I'm a bookworm. I read all the time. So there are so many books at my home, wherever you are looking. And I don't consider it as a pasara. Pasara is something, cluttered in your house. But I made it sure that whenever she is turning, she started walking, she started sitting, there are books nearby. Sometimes she tear them apart, or she will throw them, whatever. That is okay. Book is a physical thing, doesn't matter. But then she started loving that books, and then the hardbound cardboard books are there, I got them. She started looking at the pictures. I never taught her ABCD the way we some parents try to do that. She absolutely understood by herself, looking at that this is the apple and this is A, this is bat, this is B. There's a pictorial representation of those words. Then there was another very good tool for me, was the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Now, even though it is a cartoon, but I think Mickey Mouse Clubhouse episodes are wonderful for toddlers between 2 to 3, 4 years, because they are so pleasing to the eye, and they have one clear topic which the kid will learn, and they have made it so perfectly that they will never forget. So colors, shapes, whatever that pre-KG knowledge is there, it came from that. So when she started going to the school, she knew all these things by herself. The school always favored reading, not writing. Till her first standard, sorry, senior KG, there was no writing in the school. Only reading that poem or whatever, playing and all those things. So she was so happy in her school. I think that's where she was very happy, because there was no writing. But after when we shifted here, immediately that writing part was such a big on her that still she can't write. But reading increased. I gave her more and more videos to watch, videos to learn, books. Whenever I'm going to Mumbai or any other place, I'm getting books for her. So she is reading. Her vocabulary is increasing. Her grammar is becoming more and more clear. Her spoken English is very good. Actually, we don't speak English in our house, but so that's how she became more and more good reader. I think, as I said, as a parent, we should make it sure that there are books in our house. There are books in our house, so the kids will start reading. So the kids will read, and whenever you are sitting with them, whenever your kid is studying or reading, I don't open my mobile and chatting or something. I just also open another book and I'm sitting there. So that's because she can have that idea of how reading is done actually. So that and for films is also, I watch so many films and I take her with me to watch all the films. I remember last year when the Avengers Final Game came out. So before that that film, I watched all the 17, 18 films. So she was sitting with me, she was watching with me, she was understanding all the concepts, and when we were in the talkies for the final film, and she could understand all the story points. And when I remember when the Captain America returned, and she shouted so happily. So I think the kids understand. When you give them exposure to the content, they start understanding. If I think that a 10-year-old watching all the Avenger films and understanding the storyline, I don't think that can happen. I don't think when I was in my fourth standard, I could have done that. But for us, there's only Shaktiman and Chandrakanta were the exposures to the content. But now there are so many things. Let them watch, let them understand, let them grow. What happens is that I think they have the clear understanding of what they like and what they don't like. I think that is very important. They can start making their own opinions when they start reading. So I think that's how, as a parent, I should be giving my input to her upbringing.
I think what you are saying is that a parent needs to be a role model for the child.
Definitely,
If you
definitely.
want them to fall in love with reading, you yourself should have books in hand. Otherwise, just filling their cupboard with books doesn't help. I
No,
think
no, no.
sitting, I think this is what even because I have also been into education line from very beginning. I was also initially, doing reading for early year
Hmm.
education and all that. So when we read stories with a lot of voice modulation, intonation, and I mean, our voice should have that kind of energy and enthusiasm when we are reading. Happiness should be in our voice, and sadness should be a part of our voice when we are reading, that kind of thing. So that is how I think children start falling in love with reading. So initial role has to be played both by the earlier teachers as well as parents. This is what I feel.
The parents' role is more important, I think, because the teachers are trained for that as how to teach them. But parents have to learn that skill of being a teacher. So I remember when Sunidhi was hardly 2, 3 years old, and we had started stories. So I was telling her story of Cinderella, and the Cinderella story starts with a very gloomy start. And when her mother is telling her to do this and that, and then she started, like, there were tears in her eyes, and she said, no, I don't want to listen to this story. So I stopped and I modified that story. So Cinderella went to college, and there were some bullies, and then she read all the books in one night, and she passed her exam, and all this, whatever, she feels very happy. So I think it becomes our duty to understand how my kid is going to understand it. We had this series of Kung Fu Panda stories where we used to started she liked that film Kung Fu Panda, and she thought that the panda's name is Kung Fu. So we had this story called एक होता पांडा, तो जंगलात राहत होता, त्याचं नाव होतं कुंगफू, आणि त्याचे आई वडील असे होते. And whatever in the daily routine she has missed, like she has not brushed her teeth, or she has not eaten her vegetables, whatever, so the story used to follow that. And it went on till she was like 5, 6 years old, and one day she asked me, Mama, मीच आहे ना कुंफू पांडा. But till then it served the purpose. Then the role model changed. As a parent, I have to change what she is going through, or whatever her age appropriate thing. But I think that becomes very important as a parent, to understand what my kid is going through. Whenever that happens, I'm very happy. But otherwise, it's always a very funny situation where the kid is trying to tell something to the parents, and the parents are not understanding what the kid is saying, and we are going with all the exterior symptoms. But the actual issue is very different. I think that's the best part of being a parent.
Yes.
Beautiful. That's such a wonderful insight that you've shared with us. And it has really opened our eyes, and possibly many parents will learn from this. that it is an interest that we need to inculcate ourselves in order to pass it on to our children. And if we do it, they will do it. Teaching by example. And I'm very glad that you shared your own example with us, the various tricks and tactics that you've tried on Sunidhi. And look at how she's turned out to be. She speaks really well. I admit that. She is very well spoken, outspoken at sometimes, and very intellectual. A very intellectual being. I would term her as term Sunidhi as one who relates with children who are a few years older than her, because she can think at that level. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Do we have any more questions for Ms. Desai before we end this meet? Anything, Madam Principal?
I would like to add a point here.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm very happy with the way a school is giving attention to Sunidhi. It's not only Sunidhi, I'm talking about as a Sunidhi's parent, but most parents will agree to this. It's that understanding what my kid needs and what she is going through. I remember last year there was a Marathi paper. All the teachers can remember this. And there was this Sundar Akshar Hats Kara Dagina. She has written a very long answer to that and very funny answer to that question. And I was like, the sir has given her out of 2 some 1.5 marks. I said, why you have given her so much marks? Because that doesn't make sense. No, he said, no, but that is a very good answer. And it's not written as per the book, but she has understood what the question is and everything. So I think that's where the teacher's role becomes very important, is that giving her the space of doing whatever she wants and yet restricting her to with the discipline and everything. So I love that's why I love that Sunidhi can tell her teachers that I'm reading this book, I'm watching this film, and the teachers can say नाही अभ्यास करायला काय झालं होतं तुला, अभ्यास का नाही केलास वगैरे. So I think that's how the school is actually helping kids to become more exposed and more aware to their environment.
Thank you, ma'am.
Absolutely.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
So on that note,
Yes.
we'd like to thank Ms. Desai for joining
Thank
us
you.
today,
Thank you.
for giving us such a lovely talk and intellectual information that we all require and we need to use in our day-to-day lives. Not only our children, but we ourselves as well. So thank you, Ms. Desai.
Thank
you
you.
for giving us your
Thanks a
time.
lot. Thanks
for
a
being
lot.
with us. Thank you,
Thank you
everyone.
so much.
Have a great evening.
Bye.
In fact, even I would like to say, Miss Nandini, I
Yes.
remember my childhood and I started wrote my first poetry when I was in grade 6.
Oh.
So what you are saying is, yes, of course, the love for the reading and words and fascination for language. I think school and the middle school is also from early childhood, of course, no doubt. But even this kind of age group where we are in 6th, 7th, 8th holds a lot of importance, because of course we start understanding a lot of things which we are reading and writing. So it definitely helps to build upon further if done on a regular basis. So
Yes.
whatever children love to do, I mean, even writing a daily journal or a daily diary, dear diary also helps a lot. But it should be done.
Yes, ma'am.
Definitely,
Yes,
and
yes.
and it should be out of love. It should not be imposed.
Yes.
One
That
thing is understood, that it shouldn't be imposed at all. It should be
should be
children
nurtured,
fall
actually.
in love with reading and writing.
Yes.
Thank you so much. It was so
Thank you.
wonderful to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye,
Thank you.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.